Archangel Michael is shouting, "I've seen who tried to trap you, and their plan ends here, if you listen. You have exactly 2 minutes before the truth vanishes forever. My beloved child, child of light, the one heaven whispers about when stars twinkle at night. Listen closely now, for it is not an ordinary thing. The hourglass in heaven just turned over. Archangel Michael stands with his truth sword, speaking your name, and God is reaching out to you. Do not skip this. Don't make the error of pushing it away. Because, my dear child, someone crafted an untrue story about you. They whispered about a crime using your name, not because you did wrong, but because your blessings made them green with envy. And their words, their made-up accounts, are intended to bring about your ruin. But listen to me, if you don't stay, their plan will work. If you give no heed to this, you will suffer for something you never did. Do you grasp how serious this is? Michael is asking with deep feeling, and God himself is pressing you. This message did not appear by accident. It's a clear message from heaven. My beloved, your path is too brilliant, too holy, and that's why they tried to cover it with untrue statements. They thought they could keep you trapped, but heaven has already snapped those chains. Before I reveal their name, I need to tell you something. Deep down, your spirit felt something was wrong. That sudden weight you felt, those quiet whispers in your sleep, that tightness in your chest, that was God giving you an early warning. But he chose this very moment, this message, to reveal what was hidden. Because you were never meant to suffer for their bad acts. You were never meant to put on the shameful garment they made for you. My dear child, stop here. Take a second. Because what follows will shake your world. Archangel Michael declares, I will roar the truth so powerfully that even the dark spirits who plotted this will drop to their knees. And if this message connects with your spirit, remember, liking this video is not just a click, it's an activation. Liking will activate the flow of God's favor in your life, opening new doors of blessing. As this awakening grows inside you, know that assisting with this mission is not a jest. It is a sign from God. You can help this work through the link in the description or the pinned comment, whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our Ko-Fi community. By doing so, you become part of Jesus' plan to save souls who are still stuck in fog. Every seed turns into light that fights against darkness. If you water others, you will be watered yourself, Jesus says. This is not history. It is a living promise about your future. Arrive in this moment with faith and a strategy. What God has already planned for your life can be unlocked through your giving. Now, I must ask something vital of you. Stay with me. Do not go past even one sentence. Because right here is where the false chains snap. And before I go on, understand this clearly. This message showed up before you for a reason. Do not let it get away. Don't quiet heaven. And beloved, if this voice speaks to your heart, ensure you link with us now, because every message given here isn't just words. It's your protection, your alert, your miracle happening. Don't pass through life without heaven watching over you. Stay linked, because the next message might be exactly what safeguards your whole future. Beloved, do not stray away without protection. Anchor yourself in the flow of these divine messages. If you truly desire to walk in God's full purpose for your life, then subscribing to this channel will activate God's prophetic promise and alignment in your life, ensuring you never miss a divine download or a crucial warning. Now allow me to go on. Now pay attention to this. The person who spoke badly of you, they were nearby. They gave you smiles. They acted as if they felt worry. But envy raged within them, and they wished to see you fail. Archangel Michael says, don't be afraid. Their made-up stories won't win. Their name will come out, and justice won't just clear you. It will raise you up even higher than before. God says, if you stay with me, I will make their trap become their own ruin. But if you pass by, you risk stepping straight into the pit they prepared. This is your moment, my dear child. Do you sense how urgent this is? Heaven is crying out for you to give heed. Do not move away from this. Do not silence this message. Because in 2 minutes, the gates shut. And once they're closed, the chance to learn their name, the chance to keep yourself safe, the chance to halt the unfair penalty will be gone. Archangel Michael is standing right now, sword raised, waiting for your choice. Will you pass by or will you grasp the truth? My beloved child, the second your eyes saw these words, heaven drew closer. You might not know it yet, but the curtain between the spirit world and earth is thinner right now than it has ever been for you. God's hand is reaching over you, shaking with urgency. Archangel Michael's sword is already up, gleaming with holy fire. And still there are dark figures moving against you, figures who dared to write an untrue story with your name. This is not just rumors, not a minor wound. No, my dear child, they've crafted a crime, a fake crime, and they've placed your name upon it. Their goal is cruel, to bind you, to take your value, and to watch you be dragged to a place not for you. Jail, that's what their jealousy whispered into being. Jail, chains, punishment for something you didn't do. And yet, heaven refuses to let this future happen if you stay with this message to the very end. Do not think this is merely a random occurrence. The exact moment you stopped here, the heavens themselves lined up for this face-off. God said, show it. Don't let my child carry the burden of an unfair name. And Michael, who has been waiting like a caged lion, now steps forward and declares, beloved, only 2 minutes are left. If you turn your gaze, the lie will go on unchecked. If you hold on, if you refuse to skip, the chains will smash. The one who blamed you has long smiled at your wins, only to secretly curse you. They wore companionship as a cover. They wore affection as a disguise. But in their heart, they honed blades against you. And today, heaven is exposing them. Their name is not far from being revealed. But first, your belief must hold you here, because the truth can't be half seen. It must be totally clear, totally accepted. Do you feel that flutter inside your chest right now? That unsettled feeling that won't quite leave? That's your spirit recognizing the danger planted against you. You already felt, in some hushed part of yourself, that someone was plotting. You already felt the shift in the atmosphere, the weight, the strange gazes, the sudden tension. Those were not just chances, they were heaven's early warning signs. But this message, this is not merely a whisper. It's a thunderclap from heaven. God himself says, my child, I beg you, don't skip this or you'll be the one who pays the price. Michael adds, do not think this is too much. I've stood at the gates of fairness, and I see their plan happening. But if you stay, if you listen, if you hold tight, their plan will fall apart, and instead of you being dragged into false punishment, it will be them who face their secret acts being revealed. Imagine for a second if you paid no heed. Imagine walking into a trap blindfolded, not knowing someone else wrote your fate. But now picture this, the blindfold falling, your eyes opening, the liar's name shown before you, the court of heaven turning not against you, but for you. That's what is at risk right now, beloved. But before I share more, let me ask you something truly important. If these words are already touching your heart, if you feel heaven's breath moving through them, don't let this be just one time. Stay linked. Join us now, because each message that comes here isn't merely words. It is a rope thrown from heaven itself, keeping you from drowning in what others want against you. You can't afford to miss the next warning, the next shield, the next breakthrough that's already heading your way. Beloved, do not stray away without protection. Anchor yourself in the flow of these divine messages. Now, allow me to go on. The person who wrongly blamed you is trembling too, though they would never reveal it. They believed their falsehood would remain hidden. They believed the documents would be sealed and the soft words would turn into truths. They trusted no one would ever discover the truth. But what they didn't know is that God writes in fire where people write in ink. He noticed every hushed word, He tallied every untrue declaration. He noted every move they made against you. And now, he has chosen their cover will fall. Michael says, "Don't fear, beloved. Their name is written before me, and if you stay until the end, you will see what they thought could never be shown." God's voice sounds like it's breaking as he says, "I don't want my child to carry the weight of someone else's envy. I don't want my loved one to be punished for a crime they never did. Remain alert, stay concentrated, and observe what I will perform." Even now, as you are reading, the very fabric of their plan is coming apart. What they intended for harm, heaven is transforming into your defense. The lie is weak, and your faith is the hammer that breaks it open. The moment you stay here, the moment you don't skip, is the moment heaven makes your shield stronger. So hear me, because in the sentences that follow, their identity will not remain concealed. The chains meant for you will be seen for what they are, traps of jealousy and hate, and instead of your name being pulled through mud, your name will gleam brighter than before. This message is not merely a warning, it's a saving. The very act of your obedience, of staying here, of fully opening this, is making heaven's hand move to act for you. Beloved, this is only the beginning. My beloved child, heaven is still communicating. And if this prophetic word has touched your heart, don't keep this breakthrough to yourself. Sharing this message with your network will activate the anointing, allowing you to share this breakthrough and divine protection with others who need it most. You are about to enter your divine future, but remember, this breakthrough is not for you alone. Your testimony is the bridge someone else will use to reach their own miracle. Archangel Michael is inviting you to visit community through the link in the description or the pinned comment. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. By joining our like-minded community, you are no longer praying in isolation. You are adding your voice to a global sanctuary where we discuss the word daily and stand in the gap for one another. This is not poetry when Jesus says, "Give, and heaven will open over you." On this platform, every seed you plant turns into oil for your destiny, fire for your calling, and a hedge of safety for your family. Now is your time. Step into our community prayer wall, share your heart, and as you give, watch God multiply what you let go of. Let's finish this journey together. Visit our community now, join the family, and see your heavens open. When you opened this, something in the spirit world changed. What was hidden in quiet for months, even years, began to tear open. You might not see it yet with your natural eyes, but in the unseen, Archangel Michael has already stepped between you and the punishment that was falsely written. God is roaring, "No more. My child will not carry this curse. My child will not walk into chains that are not theirs." This is why your chest feels heavy, why your heart is racing, because the battle is not easy. The person who blamed you believed they were clever, believed no one would discover, believed their words would cling to your name like dirt. But heaven does not allow falsehoods to last endlessly. Truth is a fire, and today it burns brighter than the darkness. The blamer is near, so near that you might not wish to trust it. They moved near your dining table. They gave grins when you were present. They acted like they cheered for you when you rose higher, but behind your back, they signed their name on a paper dipped in poison. God says, "I saw it all. I wrote down every word. I won't let you suffer the fate they planned. The false charge they've thrown on your name isn't just a story. It was made to steal your future, to take your freedom, to paint you as guilty when your hands are clean. But do you remember what's written? No weapon made against you will win. This weapon was made, yes, but it won't win. Still, my child, you must stay, because if you skip this message, you step away from the very shield that God is putting over you right now." Michael says, "Stay. Don't scroll away. Don't silence this voice. For the one who accused you thinks their plan is already set, but heaven has the power to undo it if you stand firm. Do you understand? The balance is delicate. Your obedience to stay is your anchor. Let me tell you something you must not forget. There are times in life where one choice, one decision, one act of listening decides how everything that follows will go. This is one of those times. You weren't brought here by accident. You were led here. Your angels have been whispering, tugging, pulling, because they knew this truth must reach you. You have only minutes before the spiritual window closes, and if you don't open this fully, the warning fades away. That's why the urgency in your spirit is so strong. And listen, because God doesn't just warn, He rescues. He fixes things. He makes things grow. What was meant to bring you down, He will use to lift you up. What they whispered in dark corners, God will shout in the light. The very lie they tried to bury you under will become the ladder that takes you higher. Michael says, "Beloved, don't fear. The truth isn't weak. The truth is a sword, and today I am using it to defend you. But before I go deeper, listen to me. These words you are getting now aren't just for today. Tomorrow, there will be another scheme. Next week, another trap. Next month, another lie. That's why you can't walk unprotected. Stay covered. Join us, beloved. Join us because every message that comes here isn't luck. It is rescue. It is guidance. It is a map when the road is cloudy. Those who skip run into walls. Those who stay connected walk through doors. Don't cut yourself off from heaven's stream. Now, let us return to the person who blamed you. God says their name will not remain concealed for much longer. Already flaws are appearing in their scheme. People are beginning to observe strange elements in their tale. Even those who partook in the soft words are questioning now, because truth carries importance and falsehoods cannot bear it endlessly. Soon, the very individual who desired to see you confined will be revealed for who they truly are. You will not need to struggle with your own hands. Heaven will fight for you, and when the truth is revealed, you will ascend with your honor secure, your name gleaming brighter than before. This, my dear child, is what the foe fears most, that you will not stumble. That instead of seeing you bound, they will see you ascend. That their jealousy, which fueled this false accusation, will backfire and light up your blessing. And that is why the pressing need is so intense. God does not want you taken by surprise. Michael does not want you going blind into peril. They are crying out, "Stay awake, stay alert. Don't skip. The truth is here, and it will save you." Beloved, this is merely a portion of what must be revealed. The scroll is long, the words are deep, and the warnings are many. But if you stay with me, line by line, paragraph by paragraph, you will not only know their name, you will also understand why heaven has chosen you, why the enemy fears you so much, and why your future cannot be stolen, no matter how many lies are written against you. My beloved, do you know how precious your name is in heaven? When you were born, angels carried your name to God's throne, and He wrote it in His book with fire. That's why the foe has always despised you. That's why individuals you relied on sometimes became distant. That's why envy appeared to track you when positive events occurred in your life. Because your name carries importance. It carries promise, destiny, light. And the darker the world gets, the brighter that light becomes, and the more it attracts the attention of jealous hearts. This is why an individual near you chose to distort your name with falsehoods. Not because you are guilty, but because your innocence shamed them. Not because you acted incorrectly, but because your upright conduct made them feel poor. They wanted to drag you low so their shadow wouldn't look so dark next to yours. God says, don't be afraid. My child, I won't let your name be chained. And Michael thunders, I will split the sky if I have to, but this false crime won't bury you. Even now, beloved, you are walking on a sharp edge of fate. You might not observe it, but the documents have been softly spoken of, the tale has been invented, and the scheme is almost finished. Yet heaven has revealed it before the trap could shut. That's why your spirit is stirred. That's why your chest feels constricted, your thoughts unsettled, your evenings disturbed. You felt it. You were aware something was wrong, and now the evidence has arrived. Consider this. If you pass by, if you move away, you are turning your back on the very key that opens your liberty. God has placed this message before you because He understands the might of knowing the truth. To see a lie is to break its power. To hear heaven's warning is to cancel the devil's trap. This is your moment, your opportunity to step into security before their falsehood becomes your judgment. But if you ignore, the shadows cheer. They will say, "We fooled them. We obscured their sight. We made them move away." And then the foe's false tale grows mightier. Beloved, do not permit that to occur. Michael says, "Stay, don't leave. I have been waiting to show the truth." The accuser's name isn't far from your ears now. It is close. The same lips that smiled at you spoke against you. The same hands that pretended to help were signing your downfall. Yet those hands will be shown. Their smile will fade. Their lie will crack. And when it does, your name will rise even higher. Because this is the secret. God always turns attacks into stories of triumph. The same pit Joseph's brothers threw him into became the path to his throne. The same cross they nailed Jesus to became the doorway of new life. The same false crime written against you will become the stage for your blessing. But listen carefully, my child. Blessing comes to those who stay awake. Don't sleep in this hour. Don't skip the words that heaven is breathing. Every sentence here is a shield forming around you. Every paragraph is a sword getting sharper. The longer you stay, the stronger your defense becomes. And listen to me. This message isn't just for now. There will be more warnings, more truths, more discoveries. That's why you can't walk unprotected. Stay covered. Join us, beloved. Join us because every message that comes here isn't luck. It is rescue, it is guidance. It is a map when the road is cloudy. Those who skip run into walls. Those who stay connected walk through doors. Don't cut yourself off from heaven's stream. Now, beloved, allow us to delve further. The blamer is not merely a foe. They are a person who once remained near. Their disloyalty pains, because you never believed their mouth could invent such falsehoods. But heaven says, I saw it before it happened. I heard their whispers before they spoke. I won't let them finish what they started. That's why you are reading this now. Because the window is closing, the hour is late, and the lie is spreading. Yet heaven has said, no, it stops here. My beloved, you must grasp something extremely important. The battle against you wasn't because you are weak. It is because you are chosen. If you were ordinary, if your life didn't matter, if your soul carried no light, the enemy wouldn't waste his weapons on you. But because you are marked, because you are favored, because there is a crown waiting for you, the darkness can't stay quiet. The very cause you are assailed is evidence that you bear riches within. The false accusation recorded against your name was never truly about you. It was about what you carry. It was about silencing your voice, stopping your progress, hurting your spirit. But heaven says it won't work. What I have touched cannot be silenced. What I have blessed cannot be cursed. Child, I know the pain in your heart. Betrayal is heavier than chains. It wounds deeper than any blade. You trusted, you gave, you loved, and still they spoke against you. You looked at them with kind eyes, and they gave back deceit. That's why it hurts so much. Because if a stranger had accused you, you could have brushed it away. But this one wasn't a stranger. They were close enough to know your name, close enough to know your story, close enough to stab your heart. And yet, listen to this. They aren't closer than God. They aren't closer than Michael. They aren't closer than the angels who walk beside you. They may have tried to touch your life, but heaven holds your soul in hands they can't reach. Even now, heaven is tearing the curtain off their face. Their lies are already shaking. Don't you feel it? That sudden sense that something hidden is showing itself. That is heaven pulling the curtain back. God says, I won't let my child walk blind into the traps of liars. You are being given understanding before the storm hits. This isn't a message of fear. It's a message of readiness, a message of triumph. Because the accuser's words can't live in the light. When the truth comes, lies die. But child, you must stay in the light. That's why you are here. That's why you can't skip. That's why this message burns with urgency. If you step away too soon, you walk into shadows without knowing. But if you stay, line by line, you are covered, you are armed, you are shielded. Every moment you stay here is a moment the lie loses strength. Michael says, don't underrate this moment. What is being written in heaven is bigger than what was written by people. Stay under the shield. The sword is ready. The liar's time is short. And I must say this again. You can't afford to stray alone. Stay connected. Join us, beloved. Each message that flows here is a holy rope pulling you out of waters meant to drown you. Don't cut the rope. Don't silence the flow. Tomorrow, another lie could rise. Next week, another trap. But if you are covered, if you are connected, you won't be caught unaware. Remember, the one who walks with heaven never walks blind. Now listen carefully, because I will reveal something deeper. The accuser didn't only plan to stain your name, they planned to gain from it. Their lie was made not just to hurt you, but to lift themselves. They believed that if you were silenced, they would shine. They believed that if you were chained, they would be free. But what they didn't know is that you aren't standing in your own strength. You are standing in God's promise, and the promise of God isn't weak. It can't be broken by envy. It can't be torn by lies. It can't be stolen by betrayal. What God has written for you will last longer than every false signature put against your destiny. My child, I will tell you something you must never forget. Lies always run out. They might glow for a second. They might seem believable. They might sway crowds. But truth is forever. And truth is on your side. Even if people believe the lie for a while, heaven will change it. Even if voices speak against you, God's voice is louder. Even if papers are signed against you, the book of life has already cleared your name. The one who accused you doesn't yet know the price of touching God's chosen one. They thought they were clever, but they have dug a hole too deep for themselves. The very trap they built will become their tomb. And now, beloved, get your heart ready, because their name isn't far from being shown. Michael says, I hold it in my hand, and soon the scales of justice will tip. God says, stay awake. Stay present, and you won't be surprised. The truth will come, and when it does, my child will rise higher. My beloved, you are standing in a special moment, a line drawn between danger and freedom. In the normal world, people might think life changes slowly, but in the spirit world, everything can change in a second. One accusation can change a future. One lie can stain a good name. One false charge can send a life spiraling. But heaven doesn't let unfairness rule forever. That's why your heart was led here. You aren't just reading words. You are sitting in heaven's courtroom. The judge is here. The helper is here. And Michael, the fighter, is here, sword in hand, crying out, don't let this moment pass. Don't skip, or the lie gets stronger. Stay, and truth will roar louder. Think of the cost if you stayed quiet. Think of the pain if you were left without protection. The one who accused you knows the power of words. They know how easily society can be tricked when lies look like truth. They believed if they spoke loud enough, if they spread their story far enough, you would be crushed under the weight of doubt. They believed no one would stand up for you. But they messed up. They forgot you aren't walking alone. They forgot your name is carved in fire upon heaven's book. They forgot God himself takes false blame personally when it's aimed at his child. Beloved, do you feel how serious this is? This is why your spirit trembles as you read. That trembling isn't fear, it's knowing. It is your soul confirming that what you are hearing is real. This is your confirmation, your sign, your clear proof that heaven is stepping in to keep you safe. The message isn't here to scare you. It is here to save you. That's why Michael said, only 2 minutes left. Because heaven knows the window for stepping in is small, but it's still open. And now, listen to me. You must understand why this attack happened. It was jealousy. It was envy. It was the quiet bitterness of someone who watched you succeed and couldn't stand it. They believed your fall would fix their hurt pride. They believed your chains would free them from their own dark thoughts. But envy never wins. Envy destroys itself. They dug a hole, but holes often swallow the ones who dig them. They sharpened a knife, but knives cut those who use them in hatred. This is why God says, "Don't be afraid, my child. Their plan is their ruin." Still, God asks you to stay awake. Don't scroll away. Don't skip. Don't silence heaven. Because your knowing is the key. Once you know, you can't be trapped the same way. Once the curtain is torn, you walk with open eyes. This message is the tearing of the curtain. That's why you feel relief even in the urgency. Because something in your spirit knows you are being saved before disaster hits. Beloved, before I go deeper, let me remind you of this. Don't break away from this flow. You need more than one warning. You need more than one message. The enemy doesn't rest, and so you can't afford to drift unprotected. Stay connected. Join us, beloved. Each word sent to you is a stone placed on your path, keeping you from falling into pits. Without it, the road is dark. With it, the road shines. If this message has reached you now, imagine what the next message might hold. Don't let your destiny walk without protection. Now, I must reveal the weight of what's coming. The accuser's name isn't far from being brought into the light. Already, quiet talks are changing. Already, those who listen to them are starting to wonder. Already, eyes are noticing what doesn't add up. The layer is worried. Their nights are restless. Their conscience is bothered, though they try to ignore it. Because the truth isn't quiet. The truth shouts in silence. It presses on the guilty heart. It chews at their peace. And soon it won't stay hidden. Soon, the leer will face the very shame they tried to put on you. And when that day comes, beloved, you will stand proven right. You will stand cleared. You will stand brighter than before, because those who are made pure by false blame shine like gold tested in fire. And you, my child, are gold. You might not always feel it, but heaven knows it. That's why you were chosen to hear this, why this message came to you and not to another. Because you are in the fire now, but you are not burning up. You are being made purer. The fire meant to destroy you will only make you glow brighter. The false crime meant to bury you will only lift you higher. The name they tried to stain will gleam like a crown. My beloved, you must not underestimate what is happening right now. Do you realize how many times heaven tried to reach you before this? In your sleep, in sudden ideas, in strange heaviness that sat on your chest for no reason. Those weren't accidents. Those were alarms. You shrugged them off. You wondered if it was stress. You thought maybe it was just your mind. But now, the alarm has become a trumpet. This message is the trumpet. Michael is sounding it. God is pressing it against your heart. And the sound is this: don't let the false blame become your fate. Stay, remain, receive, and I will set you free. The liar thought their words would wrap around you like a chain. They thought if they whispered enough, others would believe. They thought if they smiled at you while speaking against you behind your back, the disguise would stay strong. But heaven laughs at liars. Their words may travel fast, but truth travels farther. Their lies may fool many, but truth can't be silenced forever. Already, cracks are forming. Already, whispers are coming undone. Already, their story is breaking. And the more you stay here, the stronger the undoing becomes. Do you see how pressing this is? Time isn't on their side. But you must not give time to their lie either. The reason God says only 2 minutes left is because in the spirit world, windows close. Chances expire. Warnings fade. That's why you must stay alert. Your obedience to listen is your shield. Your decision to stay is your rescue. Michael says, if my child won't skip, the truth will roar like thunder, and the false name spoken against them will crumble into dust. Beloved, I know your heart hurts. You feel the weight of betrayal, the sting of lies, the fear of shame. But God says, don't carry it. Put it on me. I am your protector. You don't have to fight with your own hands. You don't have to prove you are innocent by shouting louder than the liar. You only need to stay in the light, and heaven will fight for you. God himself will prove your innocence. Michael will swing the sword. The angels will expose the dark deeds, and you will walk free. But freedom needs faithfulness. Don't cut this short. Don't walk away before the truth is revealed. If you stay, the liar's name will be shown. If you remain, you won't be caught off guard. If you hold on, you will watch the one who accused you fall apart under their own words. That's why this message is long, because heaven is building a strong wall around you with every sentence. Each paragraph is another wall going up, another arrow sharpened, another shield lifted. Stay until the strong wall is complete. And child, remember this, what you are facing now isn't the last fight. There will be more. Envy doesn't sleep. Jealousy doesn't die easily. That's why you must stay protected. Don't drift away after this message is done. Join us, beloved. Anchor yourself here. Because today it is a false crime. Tomorrow it may be a betrayal in love. Next month it may be a trap with money. But if you stay under the shield of these words, every trap will be broken before it reaches you. This isn't just about now. It is about your whole future. Now let us go deeper still. The accuser's name is heavy on heaven's tongue. Michael holds it, and when the time comes, it will be shouted. But know this, when their name is shown, your world will shake. Because you didn't expect it. You didn't think they could do this to you. That's why it will hurt. But it will also heal, because truth heals, even when it stings. And once it is revealed, the pain will pass, and the freedom will stay. You will look back on this day, not as the day you fell, but as the day you were set free. My beloved, there is something you must understand about this moment. What is happening to you isn't new. It has happened to every chosen one throughout history. Joseph was blamed falsely by Potiphar's wife, and he was thrown into prison for a crime he never did. Daniel was blamed falsely by jealous officials, and he was thrown into the lion's den. Jesus himself was blamed falsely by priests who envied his power, and he was killed though he had done no wrong. Do you see the pattern, my child? False blame always hunts the chosen. Lies always chase those God has touched. Betrayal always tries to strike those who carry heaven's favor. And yet, in every case, the false charge didn't bury them. It became the very path for them to rise. Joseph left the prison to enter Pharaoh's palace. Daniel left the den untouched, and his blamers were eaten instead. Jesus rose from the tomb, and his coming back to life shook the world forever. This is why you must not panic. Yes, the lie is dangerous. Yes, the crime written against your name is serious. But you aren't the first to be blamed, and you won't be the first to be set free. Heaven has already written your ending, and it isn't chains. It is freedom. It isn't shame. It is honor. It isn't defeat. It is a powerful story. But you must stay in this truth being shown. You must not scroll away. You must not silence the voice crying for your safety. For the window is small, and if you ignore it, you risk walking blind into the trap that has already been set. Michael speaks with urgency. Beloved, the liar thought their quiet words would never reach your ears. They thought their trick would stay hidden until it was too late. But here I am, sword in hand, pulling back the curtain. Don't waste this moment. Don't skip this message, or the one who accused you will succeed in pulling you down. These aren't light words. They are the shouts of heaven. They are your lifeline. Do you feel that stirring in your spirit, that restless fire as you read? That is God himself breathing confirmation into your soul. You already suspected someone. You already felt a heaviness around them, but you couldn't explain it. You already noticed signs, the way their eyes moved, the way their words got twisted, the way their smiles seemed empty. And now, heaven is proving what your heart already knew. They are the one. They are the accuser. They are the betrayer, and their name won't stay hidden for long. Child, I must tell you something else. This attack wasn't random. It was planned. They waited until they thought you were weak. They waited until you were busy, until you were looking elsewhere, until you weren't on guard. They chose this moment because they believed it would hurt most. But God says, I saw their timing. I will change it. What they thought was the perfect moment to destroy you will become the perfect moment to show my power in your life. You must hold this truth close. The darker the lie, the brighter the light of being cleared. When the truth comes, it won't only clear your name, it will show theirs. And when it does, those who doubted you will respect you. Those who whispered against you will go quiet. Those who tried to bury you will watch you stand taller than ever. That is heaven's fairness. That is the promise sealed over your life. But beloved, stay close. This message isn't finished. Don't walk away before the strong wall is complete. Each word you get builds a wall around you. Each line you say strengthens your shield. If you skip, the wall is left unfinished and the arrows of lies can get through. But if you stay until the end, the strong wall will be unbreakable. Michael says, stay, beloved. Only then will you see the liar fall. My beloved, the enemy thought their quiet words would go unnoticed. They thought the darkness they wrapped around your name would stay hidden. But light can't be hidden. Do you see how God works? He doesn't let shadows rule forever. A lie can stand for a season, but it can't live for all time. And in your life, the time of lies is ending. The false charge written against you is shaking even as you read this. The liar feels it, though they don't understand why. Their nights are uneasy, their spirit is restless, their confidence is breaking. Because truth is pushing at the edges of their disguise. Don't fear what they said about you. Fear only what you would lose if you turned away from this truth being shown. Michael is pleading because he sees the papers. He sees the signatures. He sees the trap they set ready to spring. But he also sees the fire of God hovering above you, ready to burn the trap to ashes if you stay here, if you remain, if you let heaven finish what it started. Chilled, this is what makes your story powerful. You aren't defined by what they say. You are defined by who you are in God's eyes. They may call you a criminal, but God calls you chosen. They may call you guilty, but God calls you righteous. They may call you weak, but God calls you beloved. Don't let their words stain you. Let God's words clean you. That is the difference between being trapped and being free. And you are meant for freedom. But I must tell you something hard. When the truth comes, you will be shocked, because the accuser isn't far. They aren't a stranger. They aren't distant. They are someone close, someone you trusted, someone you let into your life. That's why the betrayal cuts so deep. That's why it feels like a knife you didn't see coming. But don't let the shock break you. Let it set you free. For once the truth is shown, you will see that their smile was a fake, their kindness was an act, their friendship was a show, and when you see it clearly, you will be healed. God says, my child, I beg you, don't skip this. Don't turn away. Because if you leave before the truth is fully shown, you will walk blind into their trap. Michael says, the truth is almost in your sight. Don't close your eyes now. Beloved, this is why you must stay. The story isn't finished and the ending is victory, but only if you stay with heaven until the end. Think of Joseph again. When he was accused, he could have given up hope. He could have said, what's the point? My life is ruined. But he held on, and because he held on, the prison became the doorway to the palace. Do you see? What was meant for his downfall became the very thing that lifted him. That is what will happen to you. The false charge won't bury you, it will raise you. The lie won't weaken you, It will make your story unshakable, and those who laughed at you will see the glory of God in your life. But you must not give up early. You must not quiet this voice. Stay, remain. Let heaven finish what it began. My beloved, don't be afraid of the shadow that tried to cover you. The shadow is loud, but it doesn't last forever. Don't you remember what's written? The truth shall set you free. Lies are cages, but truth is the key that breaks them. And today that key has been put in your hand. God is saying, don't let fear choke you. Don't let worry take over. Stand still and watch me save you. Michael is adding, beloved, I am standing guard. No lie will trap you if you stay here. But if you walk away, if you skip, you walk into danger without cover. The one who accused you underestimated heaven's hand. They thought their story would spread faster than truth. They thought their false charge would stick longer than God's blessing. But they were wrong. Lies may have speed, but truth lasts. Lies may trick the crowd, but truth speaks to the soul. And when the soul hears truth, no lie can remain. This is why you feel such power even now as you read. Because your soul knows the voice of truth, and it is shaking loose the chains they tried to put around you. Child, you might be asking, why me? Why am I always the target? Why do lies chase me? Why do betrayals follow me? And heaven answers, because you are chosen, because you are touched by God, because you carry light that darkness fears. Don't mistake attack for being left alone. If you were left alone, no one would bother to fight you. It is because you are chosen that the arrows come, but it is also because you are chosen that the arrows will break. Michael is crying out, stay, don't skip. Stay until the end, for the liar's name is written before me, and soon it will be revealed. You are closer than you know. The curtain is getting thinner. The mask is slipping. The one who betrayed you is already shaking. They feel the heat of being exposed, though they don't admit it. And when the moment comes, their name will fall like a stone, and your name will rise like the sun. But before that happens, you must stay in this protection. This message isn't just words, it is a shield. Every line you stay under builds a wall between you and the lie. Every moment you listen pushes back the shadows. Don't leave before the strong wall is complete. My beloved, the world may write accusations on paper, but heaven writes truth on stone. Paper burns, stone lasts. Their signature is temporary. God's promise is forever, and this promise over your life can't be undone. It is written in the blood of sacrifice, sealed by the fire of spirit, guarded by Michael's sword. That's why, even though their lie feels strong, it is weak compared to the eternal plan written in heaven about you. The liar is confident now, but their confidence is built on sand. Do you remember what happens to houses built on sand? The storm comes and they fall down. That storm is already coming. They don't see it yet, but their time is short. For the one who touched God's chosen, the one who smeared his child's name, the one who tried to stain innocence, there is no hiding from judgment. Heaven is slow to anger, but once it moves, nothing can stop it. Child, this is why Michael says, only 2 minutes left. Because justice isn't far. Exposure isn't distant, but you must be awake to see it. If you turn away now, you will miss the sight of you being proven right. And the proof is coming quickly. Don't think that your tears haven't been seen. Every night you cried, every moment you felt the weight of their betrayal, every whisper you heard behind your back, heaven counted them. The tears you shed in secret are the proof God brings into his courtroom. He says, I saw, I heard. I will pay them back. He doesn't forget his children. He doesn't leave his loved ones. And you are his loved one. The accuser's name is heavy, and when it falls, it will fall loudly. People will be shocked. Some will say, how could it be them? But you won't be shocked. You already felt it. Your spirit already knew. And when it happens, you won't only be cleared, you will be lifted. Because this is how God works. He takes what the enemy meant for harm and turns it for good. But beloved, stay covered. Don't just listen once and drift away. You need the flow of heaven daily, not just sometimes. Join us. Anchor yourself here. Every word is protection. Every message is a shield. Every truth shown is a sword. The enemy plots constantly, so must you remain constantly under God's protection. And if this prophetic word has touched your heart, don't keep this breakthrough to yourself. Sharing this message with your network will activate the anointing, allowing you to share this breakthrough and divine protection with others who need it most. Please know that every seed you plant in this mission grows into a torch that shines in someone else's darkness. Whether by buying a coffee, making a donation, or becoming a member of our community, does not go to a channel. Your actions are supporting a divine mission to save lost souls. But more than your support, we want your presence. When you head to our community through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you aren't just visiting a site. You are entering a community of like-minded believers. This is a sanctuary where you can post your prayer requests, lift up the burdens of others, and engage in daily discussions with a family that speaks the language of faith. Whether you are joining one of our membership tiers for deeper study, sowing a seed of faith, or simply joining our daily morning prayers, you are helping us build a global altar of worship. Heaven moves through willing voices, but it grows through a community that stands together. Each gift you give acts as living water for those in our community seeking healing and hope. Give, and it will be given to you, is the promise that sustains our shared mission. I invite you now to step out of the shadows and into this circle of prayer. Come with purpose, join the conversation, and plant your seed in fertile ground. Let's open the heavens together. Release your seed today, join our community, and see what God brings back into your life. Before we get to the end of this powerful story, let's reflect on this deep truth. You did not find this message by accident. This is a divine appointment meant specifically for you. You are being invited into a protected, faith-filled community at the link in the description and pinned comment. A place where divine abundance is not just a hope, but a promise built on the Word. By heading to the site right now, you are unlocking access to a sacred community of like-minded believers. When you join our membership tiers, you gain immediate entry to powerful content, daily devotions, and divine insights that are hidden from the world. This is your chance to enter a sanctuary where you will receive spiritual guidance, unwavering support on our prayer wall, and speedy progress toward your destiny. Do not let this moment of destiny pass you by. Your breakthrough is waiting. Join our inner circle through the exclusive link in the description. This is how you guarantee you never miss the personalized messages and spiritual warfare tools meant to elevate your life. If you feel called to deepen your connection, the link is waiting for you in both the pinned comment and the description. For those who want to amplify this work and carry the light home, you can find our guided e-books and Bibles in the pinned comment. Whether you join as a member or sow a seed through our resources, your presence and energy change the world. Take the step. Your abundance awaits.